Namaste and welcome to Simply Simple Cooking. We have already covered the basic ingredients and different pots and pan in our Learn to Cook series. Today, let's get our knives out and check out the different cutting techniques. Coming up. Well, before we begin, do consider subscribing to my channel, and if you have liked my video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. You can also press on the bell notification icon so that you never miss a video I upload. Now you can get the entire details of this series on our website simplysimplecooking.net. Many of us complain that the actual cooking process is short, but the cutting and cleaning takes most of the time. Well, at least cutting shouldn't. So today I am going to show you some basic cutting techniques which will help reduce some of your time in the kitchen. One of the most important equipment in a kitchen is a knife. Having a sharp knife in the kitchen is a must. Have you ever tried to cut a ripe tomato with a blunt knife? It's a complete nightmare. According to me, a knife is an extension to the chef's hand, just like a bat is for a batsman on a cricket field. Well, there are many types of knives. Today, let's check out some of them. This is a chef's knife. It has a broad surface and sharp edge, which can be used for various tasks in the kitchen, like chopping and dicing of vegetables. Similar to a chef knife is a fluted edge knife. The difference being its shape, and notice the fluted edges, it's not smooth. This prevents food sticking to the knife. Personally, this is my favorite and go-to knife. In my opinion, either of these two is essential in a kitchen. Next is a multi-purpose utility knife. It has a thinner surface and shorter than a chef's knife. The shape of this is ideal for chopping veggies or carving thin cuts of meat or fish, while this is a paring knife or a peeling knife. As the name suggests, it is the smallest knife and is used for peeling and de-seeding small fruits or vegetables. Well, there are many more types of knives, but these are some of the basic ones. Let's stick to these ones, and now let's start actually cutting some onions. To demonstrate all these cuts, I will be using an onion. And let's start with the easiest type of cut, that is chopping. Chopping means making larger non-uniform cuts. Let's cut the head off, leaving the root as it is. Cutting the root will make you cry a bit more. Cut the onion in half and peel the skin off. Now make vertical cuts on the onion, starting from the head, going closer to the root as much as possible, but not cutting it completely. Hold the onion back together and now make a horizontal cut. Since we are chopping, the cuts need not be precise. Now hold the onion back together and cut from the top. Once we reach the base of the root, just flip it and cut it like so. All that remains is the root itself, and you get a nicely chopped onion. With the other half, let's dice the onion. Unlike chopping, dicing is smaller uniform cuts. We will do the same just like chopping, but this time the cuts need to be precise. There you go. We get finely diced onions. Depending on the requirement, the sizes can vary. Other common techniques are slicing and mincing. Slicing is a general term which means cutting across anything into thin pieces, while mincing is a technique of cutting ingredients very finely. For slicing, we will take the head and tail off. With one of the halves on the chopping board, press down the onion with one hand and firmly cut across the onion with the flat side of the blade resting against your knuckle. I generally use knuckles as a protection to my hand and also to adjust the thickness of the slice. Well, the onions are sliced and ready. Well, now let's mince an onion. You can always use a food processor for mincing it, but I am going to show you with a knife. Let's start with what we did exactly for chopping. Once the onions are chopped, we can finely grind them by running the knife over it like so. Well, here it is, finely minced onion. Let me show this mincing technique again, but this time with a garlic. Just peel the garlic. Well, I'll give you a small tip. Cut the garlic into half so that you can peel it easily. Use the flat surface of the knife to crush the garlic between the knife and the chopping board, like so. In my opinion, mincing garlic extracts the best flavor out of it. Once all are crushed, just chop them finely. Just like onions, run the knife over them like so. Well, our garlic is minced. I generally use this technique whenever I require fresh garlic for giving a tadka or tempering. Well, most of the basic cuts are done. But before I let you go, I want to show you a fancy cut called juliennes. Juliennes is a cutting technique which makes stripes or matchstick-like stripes of different vegetables. It's generally used for vegetables in salads. So we will be using carrots to make some juliennes. With the carrot, I'll cut the head and tip off. Cut the carrot to make a rectangular on all sides like a cuboid. It will look like this. Then evenly slice the carrot. Finally, stack 2 to 3 slices on top of each other and slice them again like this. Well, our juliennes are ready. Well, here it is. We saw 4 basic type of cuts. That's chopping, dicing, slicing and mincing. We also minced some garlic as well as we did a fancy julienne cut, and these are our carrot juliennes. Well, there are many more knives and cuts out there, but these basic ones should be enough for making most of the Indian dishes. Most importantly though, whichever knife you use, you should be very comfortable using it. I think now we are ready to deep dive into some actual cooking. So in my next video, we will be making some plain dal and rice. So this was it guys from me in this video. See you again in my next video. Till the time, you keep experimenting with food, share it with your friends and don't forget to enjoy. Take care.